into a comfy seat, opening up our hips nicely. And if you want, you can rest your palms on your knees and you can just start to close your eyes. And then just start to work your awareness down your spine and just see if maybe you're leaning your chest a little bit forward. Sometimes we do that. And see if you're able to maybe just tilt yourself back until your heart aligns with your hips. And you'll feel the strength of your hips and your core holding your spine up. And that's when you kind of reach that nice sweet spot in the spine. So you're one long line from the base of your spine all the way through the crown of your head. And then see if you can just relax the rest of your body around your strong spine. And start to draw your awareness within. Maybe starting with your body, feeling the foundation of your body in your mat, the base of your spine, your glutes, your thighs, the sides of your feet and your shins. Maybe start to feel that connection with the earth. And then starting to work your way up your spine from the base of it. And just notice any sensations within your body. And then after you've explored the feeling of your body, the sensations throughout your body, start to explore your breath, not changing it, just kind of checking things out. Just noticing how your natural breath feels flowing through your body. And then maybe we start a little bit of a pranayama practice, breath control practice. If you want, you can leave your palms where they're at, or maybe you place your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your chest, just to kind of feel that union between body and breath. Feel what your breath is doing to your body. And then we'll start again to breathe in and out through our nose. But again, allow that breath to enter your nose and move it down into your belly. Feel your belly pressing against your palm as you inhale. And then very slowly letting the air escape out of your nose as your belly drifts back towards your spine. See maybe if you can make kind of no movement in the chest. Only in the belly. See if you can make a soft inhale, maybe only 2 counts, a short inhale, and then an exhale, a long exhale. And that short exhale will generate kind of a thirst for air. And that thirst for air is actually quite healthy. So just for a couple more breaths, do that short little inhale, the soft inhale, and a long, soft exhale, in and out through your nose. And then whenever you feel ready, you can go ahead and return your palms to your knees if you want, and return your breath to that natural, effortless breath in and out through your nose. And just take a last moment in your peaceful place, finding that union of breath, body, mind, that oneness with yourself, where nothing else exists. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to deepen your breath and expand your awareness now into the room. And you can make some subtle movements to your toes and fingers, maybe moving your head gently from side to side as well, waking up your body gently. And then we'll bring our palms together at our heart in the Anjali Mudra. And we'll go ahead and rub our palms together, generating some friction and heat and energy. And then when your palms are nice and warm, we'll gently place them over our eyes. And then you can open your eyes to that warmth and darkness of your palms. And then gently slide your hands down your face towards your knees as you adjust to the light. Beautiful, and we'll start to warm up our bodies. We'll inhale our fingertips up to the sky, reaching long, pulling into the base of your spine, but lengthening through the fingers. And then we'll exhale, left hand down and reach with the right fingertips to get a little bit of a stretch down the side. Stay nice and rooted into the right hip and knee, and reach with those right fingertips to get that long length along the right side. And then we'll inhale back through center. Find that length, then exhale over to the other side, stretching it out. Nice and gentle in the morning. Still, those breaths are through the nose, and each breath intensifies the stretch a little bit. All right, we'll come back through center, find that length again. And this time, let's twist over to the left. We'll twist our bodies. Right hand comes to the outside of left thigh, and you can use it as leverage to twist a little deeper if you want. We're still warming up. Maybe even eventually looking out past that left shoulder. Beautiful. Let's slowly unravel back through center. Inhale the fingertips up to the sky again. And exhale, we'll twist over to the other side. Nice little spinal twist. Keep on breathing from the nose to the belly in your twist here. And we'll slowly unravel back through center. Inhale, fingertips out long. And exhale, seated forward fold. We'll just float those fingertips down in front of you and reach forward, really inching the fingers more and more forward. Maybe even getting a little movement, bringing each shoulder down towards the ground a little more. Just feeling what that does all the way down your spine. And then if you want, you can walk your hands over towards the left, keeping the right hip and knee pulled down so that you've got that nice lateral flexion. And then again, you can walk through center, keeping that length, and over to the opposite side. This time, left knee, left hip, stay anchored down as you reach towards the right. All right, let's go back through center one last time. And then whenever you feel ready, you can start to make your way up into a tabletop position. And here we'll just enjoy our tabletop position again. Just make any little movements in your tabletop that feel good. Focusing on the hips and shoulders, just kind of enjoying the movement in your body here in the tabletop. Maybe moving backwards and forwards. In circles, any movements that feel good. Perfect, and you can finish off with a couple rounds of your cat-cow, exhaling, arching your spine upwards, and inhale, arching your spine downwards. Just a couple, matching your breath, enjoying your spinal movement here in the morning. And then when you're ready, we can just bring the knees together and sit back into your heels so that you're in the hero pose, just kind of working on the quads here as well. So let's inhale our fingertips up again. And then we'll exhale, shift our hips over to the right as we reach over to the left. We're just getting a little bit deeper into the lateral flexion and getting into the hips as well. And then we'll come everything back through center, use that core, and then send the hips over to the left and reach over to the right. Beautiful, and we'll come back through center here now. Now we're going to warm up our quads or stretch out our quads. So you can shift your hips over to one side and just come to like a side, laying down on your side with your elbow propping you up. Perfect. Now bend your top knee and you can clasp behind your ankle and bring your knees together to stack on top of each other. Perfect. Now start to pull the knee back, but keep it low and try to keep your core nice and engaged. So we're working on the knee and the quad, just kind of stretching it out. So pull back as much as you want. You can even get a little bit of a back bend as well in there, but you're really aiming on stretching out that top quad. And as you inhale, inhale into the top part of your belly. Nice and stretching it out. Beautiful, last breath. Really squeeze that glute or your heel tight in towards your glute, but keep the knee pulling down and back. Beautiful, you can slowly start to let go. And then we'll just go ahead and shift ourselves over to the opposite side. So we can do it on the other side. Perfect. There's not a lot of yoga poses that really stretch out our quads, so it's nice to do this. So we'll bend into the top leg, clasp into the ankle, make sure the knees are nice and stacked on top of each other, and then we'll keep pulling back with the knee, keeping the hips kind of squared up, just so that the movement is pulling into the top quad and the top sort of knee area. Squeezing glutes nice and tight. And pulling that knee back as much as feels good for the quad. First, a gentle quad stretch here. All right, take one last breath into that top part of your belly. And then we'll slowly start to let go. And just kind of roll yourself back into a tabletop position. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and push ourselves into our child's pose. So push the mat away as you sink those hips down towards your heels. And then just go ahead and inch your fingers forward as you pull your hips back. Enjoying that stretch along the back of the spine, breathing into the back of the spine. And then whenever you feel ready, we'll pull into that first downward facing dog, making sure to spread your fingers wide and pulling yourself up into that downward dog. Feeling it out however you like to in your practice, pedaling out the dog, any movements that you enjoy doing. I recommend putting the top of your toes down on the mat and pushing your ankle down towards the mat to get a stretch on the tops of your feet. That's kind of a nice one that we typically don't do. So just take a couple breaths, enjoying your downward dog, enjoying your inversion. And whenever you feel ready, you can settle into that dog, driving your heels down and your chest down while you drive your tailbone up towards the sky. Really spreading those fingers wide and tucking your chin to look between your knees, maybe one day up towards your navel. All right, and let's inhale our right heel up to the sky for a three-legged downward dog. And on our exhale, we'll do a super slow movement, bringing the right knee into the chest. Use the core to squeeze in your right knee. And then plant your right foot, plant your left knee, and rise to that Anjaneyasana. Beautiful. Sinking forward to get into the left psoas. And reaching up to the sky with your fingertips. Beautiful. We'll take an inhale into the nose, into the belly. And on the exhale, we'll bring the right arm down to the right thigh. Reach back with the left hand. And if you want, being mindful of that cramp in the left hamstring, maybe lift your heel up toward your glute to get into that back quad. It's just an option. I know this is not the funnest movement, but we want to get into that back left quad, pulling as tight as you can. Beautiful. We'll take one last breath. And then we'll exhale, very slowly drift that back leg back. And we'll just come to frame the right foot and go into our hamstring warm-up stretch, that Hanumanasana, sending hips back and straightening out the right leg. Beautiful. Driving the right hip back. And then we'll go ahead and bend into the right knee. And we'll move ourselves back to plank. So frame your right foot, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, step yourself back to plank. So here we're strong in our plank pose. Spread those fingers wide. Push the mat away so that your shoulders and your shoulder blades are activated. Activate your core and your glutes as you drive your heels back. And your quads are also super engaged. It's a really strong plank pose. Now, on your exhale, you can either come to your knee or try, if you do have chaturanga, you can do it as chaturanga, but we're gonna take 5 counts to slowly lower our elbows so that our body comes down to the ground. So here we go. We can either come to the knees and go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whole body is down. Untuck those toes and inhale to your back bend. Cobra pose, lifting your heart and squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then we'll exhale, tuck your chin and move through tabletop and you're back in your downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. Getting that stretch down the back of the body. And then we'll inhale, left heel up towards the sky. Exhale, how slowly and deliberately can you bring left knee to chest? Use that core to do it. Push your mat away with your right toes and your palms. Step left foot forward, right knee comes down and rise to that Anjaneyasana. Beautiful, sinking forward into the left knee and reaching out of every vertebra, out of your armpits and through the fingertips. Taking one last nice inhale through the nose into the belly. And we'll exhale, lower the left forearm down towards your left thigh, reaching back with your right hand. And again, if you like, you can start to bend into the right knee and clasp the leg or the outside of your foot to bring your right heel in towards the glutes. Beautiful. And again, you can play around with leaning even more forward. That'll target the quad even more. Beautiful, last breath. And we'll slowly lower the right foot down, frame our left foot, and send our hips back for the monkey, the half monkey pose, flexing into your left toes. And breathing those soft breaths in and out your nostrils. Beautiful. Let's bend into the left knee and work our way back to that strong plank, pushing the mat away while you drive those heels towards the back, engaging kneecaps, quads, glutes, and core. Perfect. Now we're going to slowly move down onto our elbows. So slowly come down onto the elbows. And all we're going to do here is you can interlace your fingers. And first our shoulders are stacked with the elbows. And we're just going to push ourselves forward onto the big toes. So the shoulders come forward. And then drive the heels back to move backwards again. We'll do that 3 more times. Exhale to push your shoulders forward. And inhale back to the original position. Exhale, push into the toes. And inhale back. Last time, exhale, push. And inhale back to original position. Beautiful. Nice and slowly, we'll come back up to our high plank. And let's do that super slow movement to chaturanga again. So we'll slowly go down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The whole body's down. Inhale up to your back bend. Beautiful. And exhale. Nice slow movement to your downward facing dog. And just take a breath here. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and make your way up to your forward fold. Feet to the top of the mat. And enjoy your forward fold however you like to. Swing from side to side. Weight in your heels, weight in your toes, playing around with your center of gravity. Enjoy that forward fold however feels good. And when you're ready, you can really get into the hamstrings by hugging the backs of your calves and squeezing the top of your torso against the tops of your legs. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, super duper slowly, you can start to bend into your knees. Let your chin be tucked, let your fingers dangle, and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Enjoy that feeling in the shoulders and in the neck as you slowly stack your vertebra. And your head is the last to rise. Beautiful. You can shake off your wrists and ankles if you want. As we get ready to do our sun salutations. So here we go. We'll do a couple of A and one of B, and then move into our flow. So here we are in our strong Tadasana. Build your mountain pose from your feet all the way up the legs into the hips, and then all the way up your spine through the crown of your head. Really build that mountain pose. Feel strong. Feel that energy pulling you down into the earth, but also feel that energy pulling you up towards the sky. Take those breaths in and out through your nose. And on your next inhale, we'll lengthen fingertips to the sky as long as you can. Exhale, we'll swan dive down. Feel these movements. Enjoy the feeling down your body. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana, your half lift. Exhale, back to plank. Bend your elbows to lower your body down. We'll inhale to the back bend, really push your heart forward, shoulders back. And then exhale, moving into your downward facing dog for your 5 breaths. Slowing everything down. Enjoying your breath, that soft, slow breath. Notice it entering your nostrils, hitting the back of your throat. working its way to your lungs, and then to every cell in your body. And then feel it leaving your body, that warm air. And on your next exhale, we'll bring our feet back to the top of the mat, jumping or stepping. And then we'll inhale to the half lift, really push that chest forward, hips back. Exhale, relax head, neck, and shoulders into your forward fold. Inhale, root into the feet as you rise. Lengthen those fingertips. And exhale, Tadasana, that strong mountain pose. Nicely done. Let's go again. We'll inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plank, Sanchalanasana. Chaturanga, bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 beautiful, slow, enjoyable breaths. Feel your belly expanding on that inhale, every inhale. And on your next exhale, we'll bring our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach, Talasana. Exhale, Tadasana Samastiti. Sternum is up, shoulder blades are squeezing back. Pelvis is nice and tucked and heavy. Let's move on to Surya Namaskar B. Inhale to Utkatasana, your chair pose. Bend into those knees and sink the hips down. But lengthen through your fingertips like you were gonna touch the sky. Take that big inhale, nose to belly. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plank. Bend those elbows, lower your body. Inhale to the upward dog. Exhale to the downward dog. Inhale, right heel up to the sky, reach it up. Exhale, right knee to chest, squeeze it tight, plant right foot, plant left heel, rise to your warrior. Build that pose from the ground up. And then we'll take a nice big inhale as we lengthen, belly expands. Exhale, frame right foot, step it back to your plank. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, hips up to the sky. Inhale, left heel up towards the sky. Exhale, left knee to chest. Squeeze it tight. Plant left foot, plant right heel. Virabhadrasana. Establish that pose, tuck that pelvis. Inhale, lengthen, belly expands. Exhale, Vinyasa, frame left foot, step it back, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to the upward dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Take those 5 breaths. Nice, strong breaths. Letting go of your heat. Beautiful. We'll take one last breath here. And we'll exhale our feet towards our hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, relax, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink those hips down, reach for the sky. Tuck that pelvis. Belly expands on the inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Beautiful. Let's get a little bit of a strength flow working now. So we will inhale, lengthening our fingertips. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll inhale our right heel up to the sky. Exhale, open up the chest, right hip stacks on top of left, really opening it up. And bend at that right knee so that you get the quad stretch as well. Bring in the right heel toward the glutes. And then we'll square our hips back up. Right hip comes down. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. Exhale, right knee to chest. Plant your right foot. And this time we rise into our crescent pose. So keep those left toes facing forward. Beautiful. You're driving the left heel back so that you're really straightening the left leg and you're strong in the right leg. Now what we'll do is we'll inhale, lengthen the fingertips. Exhale, bend the left knee down to hover just an inch off of the mat. And then we'll inhale to lift, straightening both legs. Exhale, we'll bend both knees. Left knee comes and hovers just an inch away from the mat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, straighten both legs. Squeeze into the glutes. Exhale, bend both knees. Hover just an inch off of the ground. Last time, inhale, straighten. Squeeze those quads and kneecaps. Exhale, bend both knees down. Beautiful. Now this time, just go ahead and straighten the left leg. Pull that left heel back into your crescent pose. Nicely done. Take a big inhale, lengthen. And we'll exhale, open up to our warrior 2. Left heel pulls down. Be strong in that right quad again. Building your pose as always from the soles of your feet up to the crown of your head. So feel the strength of your quad. You can even push into your right heel and lift your right toes off of the ground so that you're digging your right heel into the mat. Feel the quad engage. Beautiful. And we can lower the right toes back down if you want. And let's reverse our warrior. Right palm flips up, left palm floats down and reach with the right fingertips. Really bend into that right knee. Get the quad workout here. So bend into the right knee more than you're used to. Keep pushing into the right heel as well to get that isometric contraction in your right quad. And then we'll exhale back through warrior 2. Now we'll see if we can launch ourselves into the half moon. So carry on pushing your weight forward and lift that left foot up, floating it into your half moon. Take a couple of tries here. Enjoy, because even if you're coming down and out of it and then back up, you're still working on strength. So take a few tries and maybe you catch a breath in your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon pose. Be strong in your breath, in your core. Beautiful. After you find one last breath, we're going to move all the way to our eagle chair. So start to bend into the right knee. Lift your right hand. Start to move forward, facing forward. Left knee goes over right knee. Left elbow goes on top of right elbow. And wrap yourself around into your eagle. Beautiful. Sink a little deeper if possible. Lifting fingertips up towards the sky. All right, now for our count of 4, we're going to exhale to lower our elbows down towards the knees. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbows and knees touch. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more, you got this, strong. Lengthen up tall, and if you fall out of it, that's absolutely fine. Last time, exhale those elbows down to the knees. And reach those fingers up to the sky. Now slowly unravel the left leg and we'll move to warrior 3 with airplane arms. Send those arms out long. Beautiful, nice and strong. Now let's bring our palms to the heart. And we're just going to bend the left knee and right knee to touch. So bending left knee in to touch the right knee, and then lengthening back out. Bending left knee to touch back of right knee, and lengthen back out. So you're bending both knees in to squeeze everything together. You got one last one. You're on fire on the right leg, but that's good because we're strengthening. Beautiful. So we lengthen out to warrior three the last time. And super slowly start to bend into the standing leg as we float the left leg down. And we rise into our warrior one. Beautiful. Nicely done. This is our last little strength component here. We're going to do it 4 times. We're going to exhale and kick the left foot forward as we bring our hands to our heart. And then bend the leg and as slowly as possible, send it back to warrior one. Beautiful. Big inhale, and we'll do that 3 more times. Exhale, palms to heart, kick left foot forward. Bend left knee, slowly send it back. Exhale, palms to heart, kick left foot forward. And exhale, slowly back. Last time here. Exhale to kick forward. And we'll slowly come back to our warrior one. Great job, guys. Let's inhale to vinyasa. So inhale, lengthen. And we'll exhale, lower our palms. Step it back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift that chest. And exhale, lift those hips. Nicely done. Take 2 breaths, giving that poor right leg a little bit of a breather. And then when you're ready, we will start the other side. So let's inhale, left heel up towards the sky. Exhale, open up the hips, left hip stacks on top of right, bending into that left knee. Really get the quad stretch here, pulling left heel towards glute and lifting left knee towards the sky. Beautiful. All right, let's square the hips back up. Left hip pulls down. Inhale, lengthen left leg. Exhale, left knee to chest. And let's plant it into our crescent pose. Rising up, right toes face forward, but right heel drives to the back of the room with the left knee hopefully stacked near the left heel. And we'll do our 4 breaths of that moving crescent. So we'll inhale, lengthen fingertips to the sky. Exhale, bend into right knee. Let it hover just an inch off of your mat. And then we'll inhale, lengthen both legs out straight. Squeeze the quads, squeeze them, lift the kneecaps. Exhale, bend both knees, hover an inch off the mat. And inhale to lengthen, squeeze everything. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale to neutral, squeeze. Last time, exhale, bend that knee. And lift up. This time, just drive the right heel back and left knee is bent. We're in the crescent. Take a big inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Right heel comes down. Build your pose, nice and strong. Again, if you're wanting to work on that left quad, lift the left toes up so that you're driving your left heel into the mat. It should get you a little strength into your quad there. Perfect. Take another breath into the nose. And you can lower your left toes if you had lifted them, and we'll reverse. Flip left palm up and float the fingers back. Again, really lean into the left knee so that you can create that strength in the left quad. The back leg is also super strong. Drive the right leg, the right foot into the mat. Push it into the mat. Last big inhale, into nose, into belly. And then we'll exhale all the way to Ardha Chandrasana. So through warrior 2, and then launch yourself up into that half moon. Beautiful. Playing around, taking a couple tries if you want. Because like I say, if you're trying it, you're working on that strength. Perfect. Find one last breath if you're there. And now we move straight to our eagle chair. So start to bend into that stabilizing leg. Start to move forward. Wrap right knee over left. Right elbow on top of left. And wrap it into your eagle pose. Sinking your hips down, lifting those fingertips to the sky. Perfect. Be heavy in your pelvis. Now we'll do that moving for 4 breaths. We'll exhale, elbows down to knees. Inhale, lift up, extend fingertips to the sky. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, lift those fingertips. 2 more breaths, you got this. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, last time, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Beautiful. Slowly start to unravel both legs and arms. Straighten into left leg, and we're in our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3, with airplane arms. Beautiful. Take a breath in that balance pose. And then we'll bring the palms to the heart. And on our exhale, we'll bend both knees and touch them together. Right knee touches the back of left knee, and lengthen out on the inhale. Exhale, knees touch. Inhale, back to original. 2 more breaths. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Last time. Exhale, squeeze. And inhale, Virabhadrasana 3. Nicely done. Now let's start to bend into left leg, moving into our Warrior 1, super slow. Right toes touch down. Lengthen the fingertips up to the sky. Wow, good job. Perfect. Now we just have one last little strength component where we kick that right leg forward. So take a big inhale, lengthen. And exhale, palms to heart. Flex that right foot as you kick the heel forward. Bend right knee. Slowly move back to your Warrior 1. Nice. And we'll do that 3 more times. Exhale, kick it forward. Engage that quad. And inhale back to your original position. Exhale, kick it forward. And inhale back to original. We got one last time here. And exhale, kick. Beautiful. We'll end in our Warrior 1. Nice job. We'll inhale, lengthen everything. And exhale, Vinyasa. Frame that left foot. Step it back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. And exhale, you're in your downward dog. Nicely done. Take those few breaths. Slowing everything down. Slow breaths. Good job. That was a nice little heart beater. Quad strengthener, glute strengthener. And on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and go up to our tippy toes. Really push those toes into the mat to stretch your feet out. And then exhale. We'll actually, to be honest, we're gonna do a pigeon. So let's inhale our right heel up to the sky. And we'll exhale right knee to chest, squeeze it in tight. Right knee goes to right wrist. Plant that shin and slide the left heel back. Beautiful. Now we'll just do a few breaths in pigeon, and then we'll come up to bend into the quad. So we'll inhale, lifting chest up. And we'll exhale to slowly walk our hands forward to enjoy the stretch on the right side, because we really worked out the glutes nicely. So surrender into this pose to give ourselves a nice stretch after we worked on our strength. Beautiful. We'll take 3 last breaths into the nose. Belly expands. Exhaling out the nose. And when you're ready, nice and slow movements, you can start to walk yourself up. And again, we'll go ahead and watch out for that hamstring cramp, of course, but start to reach back with your left hand, bending into the left heel, and then squeezing left heel towards left glute. Beautiful. And if you have the mermaid in your practice, you can shimmy the left toes into the crease of your left elbow. And then maybe you either just stay there or maybe you lift the right hand up towards the sky and then bend into the right elbow to maybe clasp the right fingers and the left fingers together into that mermaid pose. Really working on the left quad, pulling the left knee, heel in towards the glutes. And you're also working on the outer right glute. Nicely done. Last breath. And super slowly, we allow the left leg to drift down long. Bring our hands to that push-up position. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and as slowly as possible, send that right leg back and enjoy any counter movements that feel good after that intense stretch. So maybe it's making circles with your knee, whatever feels good for you to just finish off with that counter stretch. And then when you're ready, no rush, we will meet back into our downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale the left heel up towards the sky. Exhale, left knee comes to chest, left knee comes to left wrist. Plant that shin and bring the right leg back so that you nest into your pigeon pose. Maybe pushing into the top of the right foot. That usually centers up your hips quite nicely so that you're not leaning to the left or right. And then when you're ready, we lift the chest and we slowly fold forward into that nice pigeon pose, that nice stretch on the left glute. Nice, soft, slow breaths. See again if you can play around with that soft inhale, the short inhale, and a longer exhale. Get a little bit of a thirst for air going, a little bit of a feeling of shortage of air. What we're doing there is increasing our tolerance for carbon dioxide, which sounds counterintuitive, but it makes for better gaseous exchange, better exchange of oxygen. So it's training our bodies to more efficiently deliver oxygen to our muscles. All right, and take 2 last breaths here, really surrendering to your pose. Get into that left glute. And super slowly, we'll start to straighten the arms, pushing your mat away as you lift your chest. And again, you can bend into that right leg and reach back with the right hand to get your quad stretch. Pulling the right heel in toward the right glute. Perfect. And again, if you want, you can play around with that mermaid, sliding the left foot into the crease of the right elbow. And you can stay right there as well, or maybe you lift left hand up toward the sky. Perfect. Choosing your version. Really stretching out our quads. You know yourselves, you worked them out quite nicely today. All right, we'll take 1 last breath. And we'll super slowly allow that right foot to drift down towards the mat. Bring our hands to the push-up position. Tap that right toe, lift the right knee, nice and slow movements back to your three-legged downward dog, and making those organic movements that feel good to reset your body. Nicely done. And then when you're done with those movements, we can meet back in our downward facing dog, driving our heels down, pulling our chest down, tailbone up to the sky. Get that last stretch on the hamstrings too. And then on your next inhale, we'll come up to those tippy toes, pushing the toes into the mat and slowly lowering your knees down to the ground. Super slow movements. Use that core. And eventually the knees touch down, and you can untuck your toes and sink your hips back into your favorite child's pose. Breathing into the back of your body. And slowing things down. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to walk your hands in towards your knees, and you can sink your hips back into your heels, back in your hero pose. This is also a bit of a quad stretch here as well. And it also stretches the tops of your feet. If you want more stretch in the tops of your feet, you can press your fingers into your mat as you lift your knees up, stretching the tops of your feet nicely. Perfect. And then you can lower the knees down when you're ready. Send your hips over to one side, straightening your legs in front of you. And we'll slowly lower ourselves down. You can clasp onto the backs of your knees if you want and tuck your chin, pushing your shoulders back to get that stretch in the upper body. And then start to straighten your elbows and lean into your hands so that you get the stretch down your whole spine. And then take a nice big inhale into your nose and feel for one last time, pulling your lower down. Lower back touches down first. And then count your vertebrae one at a time as they touch down onto your mat. Eventually the shoulders make it down, the back of your head makes it down. And one at a time, you can bring your knees into your chest and just rock yourself from side to side, enjoying the peace and enjoying your breath. Beautiful. And then you can come to stillness in the center and squeeze your knees together, arms out into a T, and we'll just let the knees drift over to the right into a twist. If you have a different twist that you'd prefer to do right now, feel free. In fact, the twist called cat pulling its tail is a lovely one where you bend the bottom knee and reach back with the left hand to clasp the top of your right foot, and then send your left leg out long, called cat catching its tail. And that'll get you a little bit of a quad stretch as well. But choose whatever twist you like and take a couple breaths here. And then on your inhale, we'll bring our gaze back up to the center and slowly start to unravel out of whatever twist you've chosen, bringing your knees back to the center. And then we'll let the knees both drift over to the left and start to move into your twist of choice there. Again, if you want that cat pulling the tail, you can slide the bottom foot down, reach back with your top hand to clasp the top of your bottom foot, and then send the top foot out long for that cat grabbing its tail. Slowing down the breath, breathe into the nose, into the belly. Last breath here. And we'll go ahead and inhale our gaze back up to the ceiling and slowly start to unravel, bringing those knees back up through center. And then we'll just take our last 5 breaths to do whatever feels good. So just enjoy any movement that you're looking for here before we move into that final resting posture. Nicely done. So we'll just finish up with a couple last breaths and take our last breaths to settle down, sliding our heels along the edges of the mat, straightening out your legs. Maybe bringing your attention to your quads and your glutes, feeling the sensations of your practice there. And then take that peaceful journey deeper and deeper inside. And for just a couple of moments, enjoy your breath, enjoy your body. And slowly and gently starting to maybe deepen your breath just a little bit, expanding your awareness. Gently, gently waking up your body with some subtle movements. And then whenever you feel ready, you can bend into your knees and start to roll over onto any side. Enjoying this position for just a couple of nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can start to push yourself up to that seated position. And we can bring our palms together at our heart in the Anjali Mudra. If you want, you can bow your head, gently opening your eyes to adjust to the light. It was lovely seeing you guys this morning. Thank you so much for